Thank you for logging in again. This is Joyce. It's another video to inspire you, to motivate you, and to encourage you to live your best life. So today it's a little bit windy, so do excuse my curtain. That will probably end up in my face at some point. But I wanted to just discuss this idea of identity. We live in a world that will try and tell you who you are, where you come from, what your skills and talents are, what you can and cannot do, where you can and cannot go. Is my immediate thought on that. You define who you are, you decide where you're going to go, and you definitely determine how you're going to do it. So don't ever let somebody tell you that this is how you should be doing life, or this is what you should be wearing, or this is how you should be looking. I mean, of course, that doesn't mean that we disregard the law, because sometimes it's really important for us to wear clothes. Sorry, that was not funny, was it? But my point is this: when you do something because you want to do it, not because somebody else is telling you it should be done, not because other people think it's appropriate for you to do. As a grown-ass adult, I think it's very much within your remit to be able to walk where you need to walk, have the job that you desire and the money that you want, drive the car that you want, and live in the house that you so please. Now, that doesn't mean that other people will not be surprised by how you do it. That doesn't mean that other people will not be pissed off by your ability to transcend the natural limits that has been set for you. That's natural, that's going to be done, but that's not your problem either. And I want you to live in that space where you create your own reality because you choose it, not because somebody else chooses it for you. Now, I know that takes a lot of effort and takes a lot of work, and sometimes it's going against the grain, no doubt, but that doesn't mean it cannot be done. Hundreds of people have done it before. But we live in an age where we hear a lot of the first person to do this, the first African to do that, the first English person to do, etc. Well, maybe not the latter as much, but it happens. And I think what you've got to stop lying to yourself is that you're the first person to do something. I think one thing I've always reminded myself, and I enjoy having these conversations with my sister all the time, there's always going to be somebody else better than you, prettier than you, taller than you, skinnier than you, curvier than you, whatever else. And so don't ever be deceived in a space where you always think that you're the top dog. Now, in your life you are, certainly, right? You have your own blueprint that is very unique, and only yourself can do what you do. So learn to do it well. But the reason for me saying that is to really just avoid comparing yourself with other people. It doesn't work. It never works, and it certainly does nothing for your own self-confidence and your self-knowledge. Be who you are, because you know and understand yourself. And that's another topic that I'm going to get to at some point. You know, woman, know thyself. Because one of the most powerful things you can ever do to yourself is to understand who you are, how you work, and why you do what you do. And I think that brings you forward into achieving anything you put your mind to, because you get yourself. You understand your limits, you understand your capacity, and you're able to either transcend that by working constantly at it or ignoring it and working on your strengths. You choose again, right? So everything is within your power, however you choose to do it. But my point is this: never ever let somebody else tell you who you are, what you can do, or where you can go. Only you have the power to do that for yourself. And that's exactly what my message is today. It's Monday. Is it Monday or is it Tuesday? Working from home isn't always the best thing, because sometimes the days can get muddled. But my point is this: like, once you know who you are, you can never let other people tell you who you are, what you can do. And I think that's one of the advantages that I have in life. When you grow up with such a disadvantage, you don't really care about what other people think about you. It's when you've been brought up in a space where you're always concerned about what other people think about what you do. Or maybe it's just my character, because there were areas. I think I embarrassed my mum quite a bit when I was younger, and I'll tell you that at some point. Mind you, I still do, because I never ever beat to anybody's drum but mine. And that's going to raise a few eyebrows. But let me not digress. The idea of you marching to your own drum means that you can call your own shots. It means that sometimes you're not as pliable as people want you to be, because you've defined your own life in your own terms. That doesn't mean that you don't get along with people. I think that's some misconceptions. It just means misconception rather. It just means that you see, you hear, and you ignore, and only pursue the things that blend and fit into your current form and what you choose to be. And I think that's a really important point, because if you don't do that, people are going to fit you into a box. People are going to be telling you what you need to be saying, how you need to be thinking. And that's certainly not, I think, in my view, the way you need to be pursuing life. Life is about pursuing your own dreams. It's about focusing on the thing that you choose to focus on. Because ultimately, and I keep saying this all the time, ultimately, life, it truly is about you. So choose wisely. Choose how you want to pursue life. Choose where you want to go. Choose what you want to experience. And do it unafraid. Because if you don't, you're always going to try to fit in with what people tell you need to be. You're going to try and fit in with what's appropriate, or what's convenient, or what's socially acceptable. And I think, to be honest, also what's comfortable for you. Because when you don't rock the boat, it means you don't have to grow thick skin. It means you have to ignore people that you have to ignore the noise that's around you. And that takes a lot of effort. But I would encourage you this week to really decide who you're choosing to be, and where you're choosing to go, and whose terms you're choosing to live your life. Because truly, unless you're in that space where you're constantly and actively pursuing your dreams and stepping into your glorious future, you're always going to be on the back foot, waiting for people to give you permission, waiting for people to say yes to you, and waiting for people more than anything to acknowledge you, none of which you need. You don't need acknowledgement, you don't need permission, and you definitely don't need yes people around you. So step into your greatness this week. Go for what you choose to go for, and do it unapologetically. This week is going to be more about, I think, that exact point. Go for what you want. Choose to step into your greatness, because you understand the magnitude and the purpose in your life. Because if you don't, you're just going to live another life, another mediocre life, just running through the mundane of life without really pulling into and pulling up your heart's desires. Let not your dreams just become stay dormant and become stagnant. Really follow your dreams. Really step into that. You know why? Because you're worth it. Because you deserve to live a life that is full, that is glorious, that is exciting, that is challenging. Because you can, and you have the skill set. If you don't have it, go spend the time and make it happen. You truly, truly are everything that you desire to be. And make this your first step. to living that extraordinary life. Have an amazing week. God bless you. And I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.